What's up, guys? Here again with another Nerds of Pensacola interview, and today my interviewee, good friend of mine, Micah Peck, at Solid Micah on Twitter, and more importantly on Twitch.
Not to cut you off, it's solid_Micah.
Oh, excuse me.
Solid_Micah on Twitter. It was taken by some guy up north.
Oh, where up north?
I don't know. I just know whenever I searched it, it was taken, and I was pretty upset.
So you didn't go all like Solid Snake on him and, you know, hunt him down? And
No.
be like, this is my name!
No, he looked like a nice guy, so I was like, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good. I'll hold off.
fair enough. There's an underscore on Twitter. What about on Twitch?
No. It's just Solid Micah, and it's Micah. So there you go.
Know.
Yeah.
You know now.
Yeah, and it is a Metal Gear Solid reference, because I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan.
We're going to get into that.
There we go.
Okay. You've only been doing the Twitch thing for a little while, right?
Yeah, like 2 months.
2 months?
About 2 months, yeah.
You've managed to actually accrue a decent fan base, though, in those 2 months.
On Twitch, it's only around like 50 or 60 followers. It's more so Twitter. It is around 650 followers, and it's
I don't even have 600.
Hey, well, you know, I tried to niche a little bit. I didn't follow anyone that I know personally, except for other streamers that I know personally.
Sure.
And basically, what I did was follow other gamers. I didn't do any of that like crowdfire stuff where whenever someone follows you, they get like some bland automatic message. Not knocking anyone that does that, because I'm sure it works.
I will, because I'm getting really tired of like
I'll
those
let
messages.
him do that.
Like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, you know, this author followed me. Maybe he watched some of my stuff and he thinks I'm funny.
Yeah.
So I'll follow him back. Hey, Chris, check out my new novel. And I'm like,
4 pages.
Again. I want to believe in positivity in the world and that people are doing things because they like me, but it's really because they want to sell books.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Short replies are okay, like, hey, check this out, cool, I'm okay with. But the more I've used it, the more I've seen it's more than I want to read. And if you get a lot of followers, or if you're following a lot of people, it gets kind of overwhelming. So I stay away from it.
Nice.
So yeah.
So I mean, 50, 60 followers on Twitch though actually isn't bad.
No, it's not bad. No.
As somebody who does the YouTube thing, obviously this is where you're watching it. Hopefully, yeah. Getting people to subscribe or follow you is actually very hard. So in 2 months for you to do that, and it's not like you came from a gaming journalistic site or a magazine, or you were a former developer. You were just like, this is something I want to do, and people latched onto that.
Yeah, it was kind of a group thing. I work at Geek Squad, and 4 or 5 of us all at the same time just kind of jumped on I don't want to call it a bandwagon, but we all decided to stream at the same time. We were all buying webcams and mics, and oh, you got this, oh, I got that, here's a tip, there's a tip, and we just kind of fed off of each other, and yeah, so it just kind of worked out that my peers did the same thing.
Which, are you the most popular out of all of them?
No, actually, my buddy Brendan is around 200 or 250 Twitch followers, and he's been at it, I want to say 6 months to a year, but he just actually switched his Twitch handle. He actually made a whole new account, and he started fresh, and he already has everybody carried over, so he already has more followers than me on his new account than on my other one.
But with time, you'll get there.
Oh, yeah, that's the plan.
So what games are you the most interested in streaming? Like, what do you find that you have the most fun, not only playing, but also interacting with other people who are watching you?
I've been streaming a good bit of Overwatch, but I honestly don't interact that much because it's a very busy game.
Right.
I'm playing with friends. I can't really just stop and look at my second screen every 2 or 3 minutes. But Undertale, I've played a lot of Undertale. I did my very best to live under a rock when it came to that game, because I know there were a lot of secrets and different runs. But that's probably the most viewers I've had is on that game. It's around 15 or 20 viewers, which isn't bad. No, which isn't bad. But I made sure to like post like no spoilers, and then people would suggest like things for me to do without giving anything away. It got really interactive. So I've had the best I guess you could say response to Undertale, and then Final Fantasy Tactics.
Really?
Those 2 games, yeah. There was a guy, he's huge on Twitch, Maximilian Dude, if you've never heard of him. But yeah, he's huge. But he was playing War of the Lions like 3 or 4 months ago, and I saw him doing it, and he's way better than me or anyone I know. thousands of followers, thousands of subscribers, but he was playing Final Fantasy War of the Lions, and I was like, I gotta do that. That's cool because I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Tactics, of course, and so yeah, that's the two games I've really got some good interaction out of. A lot of older gamers, like 25 to 35, I see really gravitate towards Tactics. I get some young viewers, like maybe 16 up to about 24, watching Undertale, because I think since it's such a newer game, it's a little bit more popular. And there's a huge fanfic following for Undertale. If you've ever looked at it, you know. So those are, if I had to pin it on two, those are my best response games.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what games are you looking forward to that are coming out here soon that you're interested in streaming? Not only just playing for your personal enjoyment, but you think you're going to be able to interact with a lot of people about?
Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, whenever it finally comes out.
We'll be old men. I mean, not saying that we're not old men right now, but...
We are, but we'll be older men. I think that'll be a fun one to play. I've been out of the loop for the last month, honestly, on newer releases, because I work in retail, so we stay busy. Chris and I, we were talking about Andromeda right before we started, so Andromeda got a release date today. March 21st, I think, is what I saw. So I'm excited for that. That'll be a fun one, and I think you can take that a little slower, at more times than playing something like Overwatch. Other games, that's really about all I've really I guess looked forward to, because Ark already came out on PS4, still in beta, but I'm playing that right now, so that's out. Final Fantasy 15 already came out, so I kind of put everything on hold for Final Fantasy 15. I've kind of neglected it a little, however, that's still my favorite, still my baby right now.
Yeah, I actually just jumped back into that after like 3 weeks off of it.
And that's what I ended up having to do. I know we talked about it briefly when I saw you at work, and you can just get lost in that game.
You do.
It's stupid. It's a life ruiner.
I was actually going to only do like a couple of hunts last night, and I was like, oh, but I'm over here, and I'm a high enough level. Finally, I'm going to do Castle Mark, which is like the hardest dungeon in the game. And then like 3 hours later, I was finished, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to suck at work tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to say like 25 hours in, and I just got my Chocobo.
Nice.
So I just quested and did all the hunts and all that, all up into that point, and just, I guess, tried to take it all in.
Right. I'm at 60 hours.
Oh, God.
I've wasted some days.
Yeah, do you have any summons yet? Because I haven't gotten any of those.
Well, they're story, so you're going to get them. I have 2, because I've refused to push it past Chapter 6. Yep. I thought about doing it, and the only reason I got to Chapter 6 was because that's the only way you can finish the Chocobo races.
Okay.
So I did that.
Now I know.
Yeah, now you know. Now you know.
Sweet.
Knowing's half the battle, as they say. Are you looking forward to Horizon Zero Dawn?
My guys at work were actually watching a gameplay video of that today. It looks great. I'm all for third person. Anything third person. I was a big Gears of War fan back when I was an Xbox player. Obviously, I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan, so I'm totally cool with third-person games. The mechanics look good. I haven't looked too much into, I only watched it for 5 or 10 minutes. I've seen the posters out. People come in and pre-order it at work. But I'll end up picking that one up, I'm sure. If not, I'll borrow it.
It's my most anticipated.
Okay.
For this year. Even after they announced Andromeda, I was like, I'm still looking more forward to that game.
It looked killer.
It is. Dinosaurs and, robotic dinosaurs.
Yeah, so. Cyborg dinosaurs. I'll take it.
And I love the post-apocalyptic world. Any post-apocalyptic world. I've got all that Fallout 4 stuff.
I saw that. I was looking at that. I was like, that's a nice collection.
So, streaming, gaming, obviously you started somewhere.
Yep.
Where'd you start?
So, I would say most guys our age, Super Nintendo.
21. We're 21.
22.
22.
In a week.
Yeah, right.
For me.
For the 14th time.
I'm never going to turn 30. I'm going to be 29B.
Right.
That's how that's going to work. But I started out, my family wasn't super rich whenever I was younger, so I waited, I want to say it was at least the Christmas after the Super Nintendo released.
Okay.
So it was a good year before I got that when it launched, and I remember freaking out because I got the Donkey Kong Super Nintendo, and I had played it over at my best friend at the time, Levi's, I played it at his place and obviously loved it, and then I got it and freaked the fuck out. So that was my first like console that was mine. Was the SNES with Donkey Kong. I was a huge Kirby's Dream Course fan. I don't know if you ever played Kirby's Dream Course.
Yeah, no,
it's basically golf and Kirby.
Yeah.
And my friend Kelton and I probably racked a good 60 or 70 hours into that game.
Decent.
Yeah, it was of course I at the time I played all the blockbuster games, the big hits. I didn't really get into any of the RPGs at that age. But from there I progressed to it was from Super Nintendo to PlayStation. Same scenario. So I was about a year and a half late on the PlayStation. And my first PlayStation was the PlayStation Slim, if you remember, the little white one. White one, yeah. And I actually remember it. I don't remember the day, but I remember how it happened. I went with my dad to Walmart, and actually, let me backtrack.
We're backtrack.
I'm going to backtrack.
We'll rewind.
Around the time of the Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color. So that's when I said I didn't really play any RPGs. I did. It was Pokemon. Huge Pokemon fan. Had Pokemon tattoo, all that stuff. Started out with red version that I borrowed from a buddy at school, and then loved that. And I remember I won a competition at school for selling. Like the kids come up to you and they sell out of the book.
Right.
Yeah. So me and my little sister, we combined because we went to the same private school. So we combined our sales basically, and I turned them all in under just my name, and we won. And the prize was like $200. So we split it. So I went and bought the Pikachu edition Game Boy that also came with. Also bought Pokemon Yellow on top of it.
Oh, nice.
And that's my favorite Pokemon. Just FYI, is Yellow version. So that was my only RPG at that time. Let's fast forward back again to the PlayStation with my dad at Walmart.
I think we all know where this is heading.
Oh yeah, with my dad at Walmart. I forgot it was my money that I spent. I think maybe it was my birthday.
Right.
But I had like $150 cash. And I want to say the PlayStations were around that $100 to $150, and I bought that, and my dad was like, "I'll get you a game or two." He's like, "But it's got to be greatest hits." So I was like, "Okay." So I'm probably 13, 14, and I'm like, "Okay, Dad, cool." So we walk over to greatest hits, and there's Final Fantasy Tactics. I picked that up, and Legend of Dragoon. Those are the two that I snagged. I had seen Final Fantasy Tactics played at my friend Clay's. Had no idea what it was. Just in passing, and then when I got the game, I realized, oh, this is it. This is the game, and probably racked 150 hours in that game. And this was before Google, and the internet was very easily accessible since we're so young.
Right.
I beat Final Fantasy Tactics. This is my my crowning achievement. I beat Final Fantasy Tactics start to finish without ever changing anybody's jobs. Had no idea I could do it. No. And I was just like, okay, well these people are different than me, but I can kill them. So, and then I never learned any skills. So the only, I guess, buffs that I got in the game was Agrius, which is kind of a story character you get early on, but has some pretty cool moves. And then you get Orlando.
Yeah. Close
to the end of the game, and he just wrecks shit. But yeah, I tell people that now, and we were talking about it at work, and they were like, "Are you shitting me?" And I'm like,
That's tough, man.
I didn't know.
That's tough.
I was just all about grinding, so I was way higher level than the story, so it really didn't matter. But then I went back and beat it a couple years later and realized, oh,
I can be a Dragoon?
Yeah, I can be a Lancer and jump and kill things on 2 squares. It's great. Or I can be a summoner. I didn't even summon anything at first. It was all squires, chemists. I want to say, yeah, there was a knight, and the guy that Mustadio is, he shoots a gun. He's an engineer. That's it. That's all I had. And I beat it without changing anything.
Did you ever play, just as a side, or kind of a segue, Ogre Tactics?
I did not. No. Final Fantasy Tactics was the only tactics game I played until like Disgaea 4.
Right.
So, was it good?
If you ever have a chance to play Ogre Tactics, and any of you watching who's a gamer, they only made 800,000 copies of this game. Okay. And I remember getting it. I was living in Germany.
Sorry, what console?
PlayStation.
Okay,
PlayStation.
Cool.
I got it because of Final Fantasy Tactics. I played Tactics, Loved it. Obviously, you know how big of a Final Fantasy head I am.
Yep.
Played it, beat it. I did know you could change jobs, mainly
Right
because
way.
I've been playing Final Fantasy a little longer than you.
Yep.
I'm also a little older than you because I remember when the PlayStation was new, and I got one, and I got Final Fantasy VII the day it launched, and I was like
God.
16, 15,
Okay.
16.
Okay.
But
That was what, 96?
96. 1996.
Yeah.
97. No, 97.
Okay,
It was in
okay.
97.
Pokemon's 96.
Pokemon was 96. But I had gone to my local video game store, and I was living in Germany. My dad was in the military. And so it was like the, army video rental store, and they rented video games, and I saw this game, Ogre Tactics, and I was like, oh, it's going to be like Final Fantasy Tactics. This is awesome. And it blows Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, like, out of the water. And now, like, to buy that game, because you can, like, only get it on, like, as a PlayStation 1 disc, it's like $150. But it will be, like, the best $150 you will ever spend, because you can literally hire as many people as you want and train them to be whatever you want them to be.
Okay.
And of course they have like little harpy guys that can like fly around.
Oh, that's
and stuff.
cool.
Yeah, it's rad. It's a really rad game.
May have to emulate that.
You know what? I'm almost positive that there is a way to get that game. I want to say Steam had it. Because I got excited. I remember reading something about it where they were going to re-release it on some sort of downloadable platform, and I was like, yes!
Ogre Tactics is
Ogre Tactics, so you need to play it. But you brought it up to get back onto the main subject, Pokemon tattoos.
Yep.
We share that. That is actually
something.
That's actually how we started talking.
Yep.
Our love not only for being tattooed, but having very nerdy tattoos.
Yep.
And I remember when none of this was here except for the Pokemon tattoos, and then of course the Hayao Miyazaki stuff. And then you and I just started filling out almost together. You went further than me.
I got the hands.
You got the hands, and you filled more in.
Yeah.
Obviously, but most of it is Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I've got the gun blades from Final Fantasy VIII along with the Final Fantasy VIII logo. You can't see it, but what I did was I had the artist also write in whatever, which is Squall's answer to pretty much everything.
Everything. To whatever.
Yeah, literally just whatever. And so that was just the only addition. Not too much nerdy stuff on this arm. This is all Hayao Miyazaki. Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah, we've got Princess Mononoke. I do have a Full Metal Alchemist tattoo. I'm a huge Full Metal Alchemist fan. Brotherhood is my favorite, but yeah, other than that, yeah, it's pretty themed. And then not gonna show it obviously, but an Addams Family chess piece. I've got.
If you want to show that.
No, it's not done. It's not done. It's only the outline. It's a cover up of my first tattoo, which is terrible.
There will be pictures on my Facebook page, Nerd Life with Chris Kiko Kubiak, of this when it's done. I swear to God, if I have to get you drunk.
Oh, it'll happen.
To get the shirt off.
It's only the outline. It's cartoon style. If you ever watch the Addams Family cartoon, it's based off of that. Like I said, the outline's done. It's Gomez Morticia. I have to get it colored, and I don't want to show it off till it's colored.
Okay.
So yeah,
people will know this.
People will know this, and they'll be looking for it.
They'll be looking for it. And of course, I have to bring this up because it's something else we share, which is a passion for music. Yep. Tattoos must come in handy when you play in a band.
Not as much as they used to.
Right.
As I've gotten older, I saw a really funny meme actually. That it showed a girl, it was like 18, 19-year-old girls, oh, you're in a band, awesome, cool.
Right.
And then it said like 25-plus-year-old girls, and they're just like, no.
You don't have a real job.
No. Yeah, that's how it goes. So, which it comes with the territory. It's a good time. I fit the part, I guess you could say, is what I've been told as far as like the band, like in a band.
Right.
You have the tattoos, all that stuff.
The beard.
Yeah, the beard, the hair, balding, but the hair. So it's still there though. But yeah, like I said, it comes with the territory.
So what's the name of the band?
The band I'm currently in is Brave New World. It is named after the Aldous Huxley. Yep, novel. So book, whatever you want to call it. A few friends that I've known a long time, played with them years ago in my previous band, which if you're familiar with the local music scene, they're still around, Scream Out Loud.
Okay.
So ran some like weekend warrior runs and a few 3 or 4 week runs with a couple of the guys that I currently play with now. I took about a year and a half off after I quit scream out loud, and I couldn't stay away from it. I'm not trying to make it big.
Right.
Playing music anymore. I'm past that. I have a career, so I'd rather do that. It's a hobby though. It's a great hobby. Play out 1 or 2 times a month is what we do, but it's all pretty much local. Fort Walton, Pensacola, Mobile a little bit.
That's cool.
But yeah, if you're a fan of, it's kind of melodic. It's nothing hard. It's not metal. If you're a fan of like Circus Survive or Nice or Incubus, it's kind of like they had a baby.
I could see Anthony Green singing over some of those riffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and our singer actually kind of articulates that high-pitched style,
Like,
so.
well, it's kind of like Seosin.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So
all bands you should check out. By the way.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. Especially Brave New World. If you see them on a marquee somewhere, you can be like, oh, hey, that's that guy that I saw on YouTube.
We play vinyl. Not a good bit, but we probably played there twice in the last probably 2 or 3 months. Playing there February 4th as well. So we'll be at vinyl. So vinyl's fun. Vinyl's cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
We just played with the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
I met them once, actually. Funny story. I used to work for Journeys, and I won a DC shoe selling competition.
You sold the most shoes?
I didn't sell the most shoes, but I was second most in my district. But out of all the 10 managers that won, I was the lowest volume.
Okay. It was like per capita.
Yeah, like in 6 weeks, we sold like over 300 pairs of just DCs.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like
That's a lot of shoes.
Yeah, I was pushing the hell out of them. I was like, I want to win this.
That's a lot of shoes. For
so
real.
we actually got to go up on stage with them, meet them. I got to meet Rob Dyrdek.
Okay, yeah.
And then rest in peace, Dave Mira, who was a great BMXer. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I played with. It was kind of crazy. Played with Red Jumpsuit 3 years ago at the Santa Rosa County Fair. And their bass player recognized me at the last show. He was like, I've played with you before. And it was really cool that someone who obviously plays with a ton of people still actually remembers faces and all that. It wasn't that I made like some kind of impression. It's just, I guess he can remember faces really well, and he remembered me, so that's cool.
You noticed he was like Final Fantasy tattoo.
That's what it was. That was part of it, because I didn't have this many tattoos 3 years ago.
No,
he still recognized me. He was like, I know you, and then we got to talking, and he grabbed my ass. Yep.
That's always good. That's a fun time.
Yeah.
I think when I played in a band, we opened for, the band Red?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they were like a Christian band for a while.
They won a Grammy,
okay.
which is funny because right before they won the Grammy, we had opened for them twice.
That's killer.
And I was just like, oh man, they're really good. And then you see them on TV, and you're like, holy I opened for them.
I have a Grammy.
Holy crap! But of course, that was it. The only other band, I can't remember their name. They made it decently big. They played on the Warped Tour a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Always remembered me.
Yeah.
Because we played a hardcore version of Anything from Dramarama.
Okay.
And when you were like, Dramarama guys! And,
cool.
And I was like, okay, cool. Whatever.
I think the most nostalgic, musical experience I've had, there's 2 of them. 2 are rolled into 1, so 3 total, I guess. But we played with Hawthorne Heights.
Nice.
So that was cool. Because that was my band growing up, 14, 15.
Did you tell them that Pensacola also was for lovers?
I did. Okay. They said that. I shit you not. I think they probably say it everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere they go, yeah.
But yeah, they said that. And then not shortly thereafter. Sorry, stuttering. We played with Cursive and Thursday.
Nice.
And Thursday was nuts. And actually Color Revolt, which was really cool. It was this really weird but cool rolled up show. If you've ever heard of Color Revolt, they're fucking killer. If you haven't, look them up. And then they ended up crashing at our house that night, and we partied down. It was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Getting back to it, before we wrap it up and whatnot, when do you normally stream so people can catch you?
I haven't had a set schedule yet. I to be honest, I'm busy. I'm very busy between playing music and then the job I work. It's 40 to 50 hours a week, but it's not a static schedule.
Right.
So some
it's retail. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, it's retail. It's retail management, which is even
worse,
even crazier. So I don't have a set schedule. I don't stream in the mornings because I'm in bed if I'm not at work.
Right.
If I'm a night owl, so I'm usually up till 3 or 4 in the morning. So if I stream after work, I'll usually start around 10 or 11, go 3 to 4 hours. If I didn't work that day, I'll probably start around 8 or 9 and then go till 1 or 2 o'clock.
Nice.
Somewhere in there. Sometimes I do multiple games in a night. Like the other night, I played Overwatch with my friends for about 2 hours. They all got off, and then I jumped on Undertale for about an hour and a half. So I try to mix it up.
Mix it up. All right. Well, I know when they can find out when you're going to be playing. Follow him on Twitter, because for some reason Micah hates all other social media besides Twitter. And again, that is at solid underscore Micah, MICAH, on Twitter. And he actually does post whenever he's about to go live. And of course, when he's switching games, he'll even ask for suggestions of what games, polls, all that wonderful stuff. And it's a good time.
Cool, yeah, I have a really good time with it. I'm enjoying it.
He's also a good guy, so you'll enjoy the stream. He's not going to sit up there and, just all of a sudden go, thinking about joining the KKK the other day. Nothing crazy like that. I know when we have conversations, they're always good, so the stream is always awesome. Anything else you want to add, Micah?
No, this is cool. It's the first interview I've done in this kind of setting. It's a really nice setup, and yeah, had a good time.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. If you're a nerd, Pensacola, and you're making us nerdier, and trying to promote nerdy isms, and especially getting nerd tattoos.
Yes.
Do it.
Fully support that.
Fully support it. We both do. So guys, of course, check out all the other content on the channel, all the comedy skits. You should see a comedy skit that me and Jeremy G. Branch from the main channel, which is now entitled The Weekly Pop Movies. New channel, starting fresh over there. Go subscribe to that. But it's a Star Wars skit.
It should be fun.
It's funny. It's funny. I'll let you watch some of it when we get off. But of course, also check out the event that is coming up for QuestCon Automobile. I will be covering their cosplay contest. So that'll be coming out soon. And as always, keep it nerdy and keep it terrible, and I will catch you next time.